Tag show. Tag show. That's gonna leave a mark, Taylor.
That's undisputed because I'm undisputed.
Ready? Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Mixed Tag Show with
Jenna and
Blue. You see what I did there? All right, sorry. How you been? What you been up to?
I'm very good, sir. You know, a little busy Saturday running around finalizing gifts and, you know, errands.
Holidays.
The holidays, exactly. How are you?
I'm doing good. Did you do anything special this week?
No, not really. Just I had, work. I had to go in the office a couple of days. The day that I'm actually supposed to go in, it snowed. It was a snow day, so that was cool. But the only thing about snow days that I hate is that after it comes down, obviously,
I clean up.
clean up. And I have, a couple of spaces to clean up. So it was needless to say, I'm in a lot of pain. Not a lot of pain, but I'm definitely sore. Other than
Feeling it?
special, nah.
I mean, you got the guns now. You should be fine.
I do. Don't let me. You can't see it right now. You can't see it. You can't see it, but it's there. In the leg, the muscles. I be squatting like. Get out of here! Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Oh man, I don't know if you seen what. You spoke about the TV last time.
Oh, okay, never mind. We were talking about. What was your previous question?
I don't know if you've seen Straight Shoe Sundays this past Sunday. Had Carlio Bravo on.
Yes, I did see that you interviewed him, did a little thing.
Yeah, so that was dope. He wants to come on the show. We got some plans coming in. Gonna have him on with us.
Definitely cool to chat it up with
Right.
him.
And also I did Women Wrestling Talk with TK Trinidad this past week, and we interviewed Darren Young, aka Fred Rawson.
Yes.
So hopefully we can get that towards the podcast as well. Doing some stuff to get our names out there, some more content for you guys. Also, Saturday was my son's 2-month-old birthday.
Happy 2-month birthday! Shout out to him.
Yeah, so we gotta we did a little photo shoot for him for his 2 month. What else did I do this week? I feel like I stay so active now. I think that's it. I didn't get the sneakers I wanted.
You didn't what?
I didn't get the sneakers I wanted.
The crazy thing is, I text this man early because, first of all, I had to buy my own Christmas gift, which was sneakers. So I was up early purchasing that. Then I text you to see if you were ready to get yours, to get you all the links and stuff, whatever. But
Right. You know what it is? I was so busy
about this life if you wasn't ready.
No, here's what it is. I took my time out to take care of bills. I have to be a grown up right now.
I'm aware.
And then my pay week is this upcoming week, which sucks that it's on the week of Christmas. So
but yes, when you
I gotta plan it better.
You have to plan, because it's not just nowadays with sneakers, and I don't want to get off too crazy off topic because we gotta get into predictions. But nowadays with sneakers, you really gotta plan in advance. Like you literally gotta have all your websites, all your devices ready. Like
so we can't do. So you suggest or just doing it on a laptop, iPad,
it's whatever,
iPhone, all of the above.
Whatever. Like this morning, I got my Yeezys off finish lines sister website, JD Sports or whatever. I
didn't even know that existed.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's so many websites to try, from Nice Kicks JD Sports, YCMC, Jimmy Jazz, what is it, DTR Villa. Like, there's so many different websites, but it sucks because, like I've mentioned to you and others have mentioned with the bots, like a lot of these websites, they have a system where as soon as it goes live, the bots take them. So as opposed to putting like a splash page, like in, it's kind of like you're in line type thing.
Right.
It's a lot. It's enough to make me like to want to stop buying sneakers, but there just be a couple of. So I literally have to go through this on Christmas Eve because I really want to get these Grinch Kobe's that came out back in the day that I never got.
Oh, that's gonna be super hard.
Very, very, very.
You already know how that's gonna go down.
That's gonna be very hard. And the crazy thing was back in the day when they came out, and I saw the only site that you can get it like with resellers were selling it on was like on eBay.
Right.
Like maybe some Instagram pages. But I forget like when people was trying to sell it for like $200, and I was like, I'm not paying $200 for a size 6.5 sneakers. Now the fucking sneakers essentially cost $180 on Nike. Fast forward 10 years later, and now if you miss out on it,
it's gonna go like 5.
Exactly. I don't think it's
5 stacks.
So, needless to say, this is, I'm over it.
I feel you.
That's that.
Ready to get into predictions for TLC? Did you watch any wrestling this upcoming week? I know you kind of like feel a little jaded.
Yeah, but I did watch. I made my little comment on Twitter when I said in general about like AEW. I'm like, y'all come here every Wednesday talking about AEW is dope, and I was sitting there like, and NXT, you already know how I feel about NXT right now. Is not really. So then you got Raw, which is dipping in ratings, which I don't know, maybe not this week because we're doing this and probably the results. But next week we should kind of pick a couple of topics and just really talk about, because the way Raw is, like, I can see in the next couple of weeks, maybe even a couple of months or so, that we're gonna see
falling.
It's gonna be right under 1 million, and we've never, ever seen Raw, let alone WWE, get that low before. So there's definitely something to talk about. But of course, I did watch SmackDown because our fave is on there. The GOAT, the draw.
She been killing her outfits lately. I'm like, yo, chill, relax. I'm married. You can't be teasing me like this right now.
Anyway, I was very proud because I'm very stylish myself, so I was very, very. I'm very, very proud of the every week coming out looking like a bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was very proud of that. Speaking of which, have you watched The Mandalorian?
No, I was waiting for it to finish so I could binge watch. That's what I do.
Man,
I binge watch.
Man, she was awesome on it.
I seen some clips of it, like, that she tweeted, some other people tweeted. I'm really looking forward to watching that series. Like I said, with certain series, I just wait to be done so I could just watch it all in one shot.
Honestly, you could have been watching just because it's like every episode is up, but nah, not to be biased, and again, not to take too much time off. Like, yeah, her first episode she appeared on, it was cool. Like, it was like, oh wow, look at Sasha Mercedes, because that's her real name, is on The Mandalorian. But the last season, like, it was like the whole episode, I'm like, oh, this show is this.
I see her do a tornado DDT.
I was gonna say, she hit a tornado DDT. I was like, man, this is why I'm so proud. This makes me feel like a parent, just like, look at her,
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I said, I've been watching SmackDown obviously for our fave, and then Roman's been killing it with Jey Uso and KO.
Yeah. Great segments.
That was a pretty good episode. I'm not gonna. It was. I was entertained. Like, it wasn't like, yo, fire, but it was
It was decent. It has moments.
Keeping steady at the pace that they're going. I would like to see even more, but it was. I enjoyed it. So yeah,
definitely.
That's wrestling I've been watching.
So let's see what we can get out of this TLC match card. First off, what they got is a Raw Tag Team Championship, New Day versus Hurt Business with Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. How you see this going?
Oh, me. I'm gonna go with the Hurt Business.
I don't know because the way that Cedric Alexander's been acting, I'm hoping it's not some situation where they make them lose and blame it on Cedric and they try to kick him out. You know, like, but I would love to see Hurt Business come out with a win and add more gold to their repertoire, like to the click and make sure that they show more dominance.
I just feel
But
like it'd be too early to kick out Cedric Alexander.
it is, but it's the WWE.
Yeah, I get it, but like that man has sorely needed a personality and a good gimmick. This is cool. This is cool for all of them. And I just outside of the Hurt Business, I just feel like New Day is coasting. Maybe it's because Big E's not there.
It's not New Day anymore.
It's not. Yeah, I mean it's them because they're gonna.
It's them, but
I feel like they're just coasting at this particular moment, and I feel like. You know how in WWE where there's certain acts that will get the title and then drop it just to, I guess, maybe put someone else over. I feel like New Day is
right.
because they've had so many long reigns. Like even though this reign is long too, but they're not really doing anything with it. I kind of equate it to like when they give the title to Randy or Charlotte at this point.
Right.
Here, we're gonna give this to you because whatever your New Day. But when we find a viable candidate, we're going to take it off of you. So that's how I kind of view this title reign specifically right now. And I think that the Hurt Business is going to do it.
I'm kind of surprised that they didn't announce Big E versus Sami Zayn for the IC title at TLC. Because I was envisioning the situation backstage where New Day loses their title and then Big E wins the IC title. And they kind of come across each other backstage like, oh, yeah, we're happy for you. But, kind of sad because we're not together and we just lost eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like that moment, since they try to do this whole thing with Big E changing his image, you know what I mean? They're gonna change his music now. They're about to change his gear next, probably. I feel like that would have been a dope segment to have backstage. But yeah, I think it's time for Her Business to move forward.
I agree.
WWE Women's Tag Team Championship: Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler versus Asuka and TBD. I don't want to spoil anything, so I can't say nothing.
It's not you spoiling it. Literally, everyone on Twitter has been saying, has been putting GIFs or GIFs, or just saying it's going to be Charlotte. Like, there's no one that would be a viable partner for Asuka at this point, right? Because the whole thing is, they were doing this whole storyline with Lana and like try to make us like feel bad for her, and then she's weak, but she's overcoming it, and now she wound up finally like succumbing to whatever attack that they did on her. So now obviously needs someone strong. Who's strong? Charlotte's been gone for mad long. Like it's not necessarily spoiling. It's like everyone knows it's Charlotte.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in terms of like the ending of the match as well. I don't want to pick no predictions when I know the prediction.
Yeah, this is a prediction show, so.
But I know the answer. That's not a prediction. That's it's like it's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. In the words of Paul Heyman.
Okay.
So, but who you picking?
I don't know. I just feel like I can see them giving the titles to Asuka and Charlotte.
But like, why does Asuka always get tied into these stupid tag teams that mean nothing? And she has a woman title that she's not defending.
3, this is just another thing to give Charlotte to put on her long list of accolades instead of like working. Not to say she doesn't work for it, because she's working hard to get back into the ring. I'm not knocking her for that, but in the sense of like her accolades, it's like, let's just give it to Charlotte.
Right.
So I can see them doing that. I'd rather Shayna and Nia retain, and then we can get an actual tag team, or try to find an actual tag team to face them and take them off, like Dana and Mandy Rose, right? I mean, they're not the
Riot Squad.
Yeah, but I don't know how they're doing it with the whole Raw and SmackDown thing, right? Because it's right now they're on Raw. They haven't done the whole I'm gonna go to this brand.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It is, you know, that's again like I said, was it last week's episode or the week before that I said, if it's not specific people holding it, such as Sasha and Bailey, there's nothing that gets done in regards to that title, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But my pick, I'm gonna go with Shayna and Nia, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Firefly Inferno match between the Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. Who do you got? This is gonna be interesting, by the way. Not really when I think about it. It's probably gonna be cinematic, isn't it?
Probably gonna be cinematic.
I missed the older Inferno match.
I'm gonna go with. Excuse me. I want to say Randy just because I feel like Randy. Ray's been getting the best of Randy.
But it's payback.
True, but it's still also Randy Orton. It's not like this is some chump. So
No, I'm not saying it's a chump, but I think Bray Wyatt should come out on top on this one. He's been taking L's from Randy for a while.
In the past.
Yeah. So this is like the payback, and
I can see, especially if it's a themed match where it favors Bray or the Fiend.
Yeah.
I would want Randy to win, but I think I'll take the Fiend.
Because then now cinematically, I see him getting burned inside the Firefly Funhouse and all that shit. I said I missed the old Inferno when it was Undertaker versus Kane. They did that match like once or twice. What was it? Once?
I can remember one match. I'm not too sure about. In regards to those two?
Yeah, no, just an Inferno match in general.
No, I feel like it was more than one.
I'll look at that up. But yeah, I thought that was a dope concept, but I get it was too dangerous and unsafe to work.
Yeah, so they'll probably do a cinematic thing, which would probably be cool too, but excuse me, I'm so tired. Yeah.
You gotta get your vitamins up.
Nope, I've been working hard, my guy, running around, worked out, did legs and cardio afterwards. That's why I'm exhausted.
All right. SmackDown Women's Championship, Sasha Banks versus SmackDown Women's Championship, Sasha Banks versus Carmella for the women's title. I go Sasha, of course.
I'm gonna go with the motherfucking boss. Sorry. Excited. I'm going with Sasha too. This is the first time that I can confidently be like, you know what?
Who's this guy that they got walking around Carmella?
I don't know. Some dude from NXT. I don't know. I want, again, not to go too off topic. I like Carmella's character, but I feel like she hasn't really owned it yet. Like, I see the potential. I just don't own it.
I still see Carmella
as
from
a
previous.
But my thing is, like I said, the character fits her. She just hasn't owned it yet, right? And I think, like, because just based off like the couple of promos, they've been very, and she's good at promos, so that's why I'm like, why is this so awkward? You know what I think it's awkward because a lot of the things that they're trying to have her say in her promos are not believable. Like, we know you're not on her level, on Sasha's level.
Right.
You know you're the things that you've done in your career doesn't compare to what she's done. So it's just. I think it's the whole like trying to believe in that promo when I'm sure she knows that's not the case.
Right.
So yeah, but needless to say, I was like kind of on the fence about this feud, but it's been
doing decent.
It's not a bad feud. It's not a bad feud, especially the 2 weeks when she's just kind of been getting at her with the champagne bottle. But obviously, she got the upper hand on the last episode. That typically means the other person is winning. So I'm going to go with Sasha.
Now, I'm surprised that this match didn't get a stipulation only because it's at TLC. And currently, as I'm looking at the card, only 2 matches have TLC components in there. Just like, I guess we'll talk about this at the we finish our predictions, but I'm just looking at the card and it's making me scratch my head.
But I think specifically with this match, I understand what you're saying in regards to TLC. It's a gimmick pay-per-view, so then we should have more gimmick matches, which I totally agree. Only reason why I feel like with this match we're not going to see that, like a TLC match, is because, which is weird that they didn't focus on it, because again, this is the pay-per-view, like some type of whatever.
Yeah.
it's because I don't think Carmella can handle that type of match. I know she's been in a Money in a Bank match, and this is not to knock her or whatever, but we know Sasha. I'm gonna say Charlotte. Jesus, we know Sasha can handle gimmick matches and perform well. I just don't think they trust Carmella enough to execute that. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel like it could have been something as simple as champagne bottle on a, you know what I'm saying, in a
But
ladder match style.
and I've seen people say that, but my thing is that's not the pay. If it was a random pay-per-view, sure, but the pay-per-view is TLC. So my thinking would be, especially if there's 2 women matches, none of the women matches have any type of gimmick matches going on. Let's make this, I don't know, a chairs match, because I know it would probably be a shit show in regards to tables, and then using and the whole TLC stipulation. I don't think that would.
But that's why I say ladder. That's why I say the ladder aspect.
Huh?
That's why I was saying the ladder aspect to this one, where they could just grab the champagne bottle off the ladder and use that, like, since that's been the focus.
Yeah, but again, like, yeah, I would say a ladders match, but I wouldn't necessarily say champagne because that's stupid. I would put the title over. But again, like, I truly feel like the reason why we're not seeing that is just for the simple fact that they have faith in Sasha to carry that out. I'm not sure they have the faith in Carmella to do that, so that's why they're sticking to a regular match. And like, I feel like Sasha's gonna have to carry her throughout. Not that she can't do her own thing, but you already know what it is.
Experience wise.
Yeah, we know who's gonna be able to perform and sell and what have you.
So moving out of just regular matches, we go into the Universal Championship TLC match between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. Now, I don't know if it's going to main event. I don't know if it's going to be like the match beforehand, but they have it on the card right now as the second to last match. Roman Reigns is going to win this. There's no way around it.
You know, but what I'm more intrigued about is how physical it's going to get.
Yeah.
Because, man, Jay and Roman have been laying this man out, especially last Friday.
He keeps getting up.
He's getting up, which is like, fight Owens fight, that whole, gimmick.
Yeah. Monica.
Man, they've been tearing him a new one. How you feeling about it right now?
I told you, Roman, this is a great character for him. He should never, ever go back to face. Like, this is his world. Like, when he was beating down, not this past Sunday, the Sunday beforehand, when he was beating down Owens and then stopped to talk to Owens' family, you could feel, like, the touch of, like, Paul Heyman, like, no, make sure you focus on that. You can see, like, it's like he's not there, but you can feel like, you can tell, like, Paul, like, yo, make sure you deliver that home. Because he really delivered that home when he talked to Owens' family on the camera, like, get your dad home. Like, look what he's out here doing, making a fool of himself type of situation. I really like this character for Roman, and this is what he should have been.
Yeah.
So you look, I get compliments, Roman.
I'm glad you're that's why I had to ask, because I mean, I feel like at this point there's no way anyone cannot this character. He is
right. This character is dope.
I do feel sometimes they overdo it with the segments, in the sense of, like, there's too many segments focused on Roman and Jay, especially when the person that's been drawing during their segments has been Sasha. So that's my only thing with that. But
yeah, I got to a little thing. Well, I didn't get into anything. Nobody responded, but somebody was trying to say, they tried to say the top 4 people of the year was Sasha Bailey, to save 2020. But Sasha Bailey, Drew McIntyre. It was one more person. It wasn't Asuka, which was very frustrating. It was someone else, and it said Roman Reigns. And I was like, as much as Roman Reigns been killing it, he was gone for half the year. You can't just put this is what makes people mad, when you put battery packs to situations like this. He's closed out this year perfectly, but he's not the reason that WWE got carried this 2020.
yes and no. I agree. I hear what you're saying. I'm not disputing that. But what he's done since the time he's been back in WWE, he's been killing it. And remember too, technically, when you think about it, he was still there back in January. Like, so he hasn't really been gone for the like the whole entire year. You know what I mean?
No. I just said half. He was gone for like at least 5 months.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hear what you're saying, and I can.
Give it to Asuka. That's all I say.
But see, you said Asuka.
Yeah.
I agree. No, I listen. The beginning of the year for Asuka, I agree. But the way, and this is not her fault. But
Yeah, no, definitely not.
the way they've been booking her ever since, one can argue that no, that's not the case. Maybe the beginning of when COVID and the pandemic happened, that she was the MVP. You could say that for Randy too, but the wave they always do with her, they fall off, and it's the same cycle when it comes to Asuka. So one can debate about Roman and Asuka too. I think some of the, like you said before, the constant people that have really showed out this year has been Sasha, Bailey, and as much as I don't necessarily care for Drew's run or whatever, Drew,
Right.
I would put him there too.
Yeah, some people do like him. Speaking of Drew, WWE Championship TLC match. By the way, you picked Roman too for that match, right, Roman?
Yes, I did.
WWE Championship match, another TLC match. Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles.
I think I would like to see AJ win, and I'm obviously because I miss AJ having a heavyweight title. But
Right.
I feel like Drew is going to carry this into WrestleMania.
You really do think so?
Mm-hmm. I feel like
WWE.
Listen, I don't know. Like if that's the
right.
It's not like something like I'm hoping for.
Right, I know.
You feel me? But like WWE really like banging with him, and it's not to say he's doing a bad job. You know what I'm saying? Like I
right.
Think that
somebody better can do it. I'm sorry. Like to me, I feel like AJ's been in the background, kind of how people were saying about Kenny Omega when AEW first started, when he was playing too much second fiddle. I feel like that's the same that's happening with AJ. He's playing too much second fiddle to everybody else on the roster, when everybody already knows he's like the probably best person on the roster. So why is he not more prominent in the main event role, especially when he has new backup that could play a major role into this match? I think he may be able to pull it off. But then they probably try to go Drew versus Sheamus as well.
I can see that. Listen, I want AJ. That would be my pick. But as an analyst or something like that,
right.
I feel like they're gonna run with Drew at least into Royal Rumble. At least I can see them. I can see, if that's the case, then him holding it to WrestleMania and possibly, like, I've heard Brock's name again. I heard Keith Lee. Like, there's a lot of different options on who could face Drew. And I just don't think they're ready to put the title back on AJ, unfortunately.
Going into, since we finish up the card, basically, this one, like, going into Royal Rumble, I don't feel anybody has a momentum.
The only one I would say has a momentum, a nice pace in regards to the guys, is Drew McIntyre. Like it's just they're fully behind him. It's like the machine. Just they're heavy on Drew right now.
Just feed everything in Drew. Feed it.
That's what I would consider momentum. If everyone is behind you and everything is clicking and you're getting the wins and the promos and this and that and third, I feel like that's someone who has momentum. There was someone like Keith Lee who had momentum, but he's now back in NXT honing in his skills and what have you. AJ, I tell you, 2016 AJ, phenomenal. Intended, right? Ever since after he dropped the title and they didn't know, he went to Raw, he went back to SmackDown, it was just like there wasn't consistency when it came to AJ, unfortunately. So, yeah.
That's crazy. So the thing about as I'm looking at this TLC match card, like we spoke about a little bit, I just don't like the inconsistency of using the TLC.
Women can handle like the table match, it might not break, or whatever. Use some chairs.
Right. You have options.
There's the fact that we're not using chairs in the women's matches or in a lot of these matches, like it just, what are we doing?
Yeah. Soon enough, the Royal Rumble is not gonna be the Royal Rumble no more. It's like that's what it feels like it's going, because Money in the Bank like it took away from the Money in the Bank a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it just keep changing and changing, and to the end, what were you doing?
Yep.
So that's all our predictions.
That's it. It was a short little episode. Hopefully, we're going to try to do a real quick results episode just to get everything. Yeah, so thank you for listening and watching our show. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter at
The Mixed Tag Show.
or
on our personal at
is Jenna Baby BAYBEE or
Blue Magic Grind, spelled how it sounds. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Get ready for this TLC. Me and Jenna still not doing something. We haven't finalized it because it's like kind of last minute, but we'll see what happens.
show.
But other than that, peace.
Peace.